very good morning or good evening, depending where are you watching from, obviously. But it is as expected. Stocks want to go up and up and up. All three big indexes are pointing to a higher day today as yesterday than as higher than yesterday. So this is the right thing to say, because actually, you see here the S&P 500 is up, the Dow Jones is up, and also the Nasdaq is up. So liquidity and optimism driving the market, as discussed in the last couple of live streams. So this is happening, guys. And even though yesterday was a small lower day, the people and the market participants are pushing the markets higher because of the reasons that we discussed in the live stream. So if you didn't watch the last live streams, just check out the last few live streams where we talk about the mechanics of the market to understand why it's going up. And yesterday we had actually a couple of, I just have to see, guys, if you are okay with the live stream or it's buffering, because it's showing me here that some frames were dropped. So I just want to ensure that you guys are all aligned. See, guys, if okay, it seems I just need to adjust this. We are ready to go. So here we go. So that's why we are live, right? So thank you very much for tuning in, as always, this morning for a quick update for the market. So when you wake up, it's important to understand what's going on the market. So the market seems to be green of this morning. The futures are pointing to a higher day, and it's always important, guys, what I believe, it's really to understand, okay, what are the really important factors that can move the market today. And this is always a nice look into the economic calendar, which you can find on many websites. Just type in US economic data, and then something like this pops out where a couple of things are here mentioned. And for example, here today, it's very important to understand, okay, what are the US farm payrolls in May, unemployment rate in May, average weekly hours, average hourly hours year over year. The first two are quite important because we really see how the unemployment is going forward. Also, the non-farm payrolls are important to understand, okay, what's really going on in terms of the economy. And even if you are, let's say, even when you are long-term trader or long-term investors, guys, okay, I make a difference between traders and investors, because investors, it's rather, you are going into some stocks and then you hold them for a longer period of time, while traders, trying to wave the day-to-day trading or week-to-week trading, which is very hard, and most of the guys are losing all of the money. So don't do it if you are if you are clever. Just invest into long-term stocks. And however, even when you invest in long-term stocks, then always remember that this important factors are to understand the market. Watch those things. Like yesterday, there was the jobless claim number. Every Thursday, this is reported in the US. Very important. And this seemed to lower the market or pressure the market yesterday. However, let's see how the data is today and if it can somehow affect the good futures that we have right now. Other than that, we have another couple of news that I wanted to share with you. I think this is quite interesting here. So Elon Musk calls for Amazon breakup. As always, he is very, let's say, vocal on Twitter and saying, I think there was a book that was blocked to publish on Amazon by a New York Times reporter or journalist that wrote over the health crisis, and then Amazon said, it's not in our guidelines. So Elon Musk, directly jumped on that and thought that Amazon is ready for breakup. Well, I don't think that's a good thing, to do. Well, on the other side, it's somehow right that he says, monopolies shouldn't be there. So interesting to see that this kind of fights today can be done in front of millions and millions of people on Twitter. Then we have Amazon News saying that they will license Slack for all employees. And I think this is very big for Slack investors, guys. So if you're invested into Slack, I think this is a big news, because Slack is something like WhatsApp, just like a more professional way. It's something like Discord. So it's like a message app that should slowly maybe replace emails, right? So this is the whole vision of it, or be alternative or an addition to emails. And I believe that I used it by myself a couple of times, but I think that it has room to grow. I think it's a great growth stocks as well, growth stock. And this news is very big, because I believe that if big companies like Amazon are starting to use Slack, then other companies are actually jumping on the same boat and will use this platform as well for their employees, which can be very big if big companies jumping on it, right? And on the other side, so this is like a win-win deal, because on the other side, Slack will use AWS, so the Amazon Web Services, for the video calling technology. So it's like, hey, we will use for our employees Slack, but you should use AWS for all your video calling technology. So it's like a win-win. Each company benefits, and I think that's an interesting deal to see for Slack. I think Slack is the more benefiting party here, because I don't know how many employees Amazon has, but this is something we should look up right now. 1 second. Amazon employees. So we have 2019, we have a number of almost 800,000 employees, guys. Okay. So let's say a good number of them will use Slack. Let's see Slack users, if this even will move the needle. 2018, they had 8 million users. So you can see it's a really good amount that people will jump to this service. So I think this is quite interesting. This is always the important part as well, guys. Have a look if this kind of news are a needle mover for companies, and if you can benefit somehow from this kind of news for your investments. Further than that, I just want to welcome a brand new member, guys. Jones Jalal is joining us to the Ultimate Tier 3. If you are wondering what is the membership, make sure to smash that join button below all my videos or live streams, and you will see that there is the opportunity to become an more exclusive member of the community and to be included, for example, in the Discord chat where we share more informations, and these are more real time. If I make any trades or have any informations, then I share it there first. And I think there's a couple of friends and investors of myself there as well, so that giving some input, and most of you guys that are already joining, I think it's a great value, and you are supporting this channel as well. So let me have a look if I have something else. I have also just a quick thing, guys. If you didn't had the time to do it, make sure to check out also my Instagram. Wolf of Dubai Danny. I'm sharing their stories behind the scenes, a little bit of other input, so also interesting to join. And I'm super interesting what the market will do today, obviously with a live stream later on as well. So if you are new here, make sure to subscribe and like on the way out. I see you later with my daily vlog and daily live stream. So in this sense, thank you and have a great day or night.